Hey guys, welcome to today's video. This is kind of an impromptu video that I got inspired about halfway through the day. I was planning on filming something else, but I wandered on down to the drugstore to actually pick up one of my favorite items. I was talking about this on Style Code Live when I was live in the studio this week in New York. I just got back from New York. Oh my God, could I be more rambly right now? But my point is, when I was using it on the model, I was like, you know, I've been using the light one, but I need to get another neutralizer because I'm out of that. And it's just like one of my holy grail items. But I've kind of been really into the Tarte Shape Tape for a while, and I just was in the mood to pick this up again. Long story short, I went down to the drugstore, I purchased this guy right here, and then I was thinking about how many awful foundations there are at the drugstore and just like how many foundations there are in general. So I whipped out my iPhone and I started taking video of like different brands and the foundations that I like versus the ones that I don't. And I thought that I would just go home, sit down, and share with you guys my thoughts on awful foundations from the drugstore. So we're doing this. I know you guys love it when I share with you things that don't work out. They are personal to me and what I look for in a product, so please don't be offended if these are your favorites. I always have to say that. And let's just jump right in. This will shock you. Maybe not, because I think somewhere in the 1,000 videos that I have produced here on YouTube that I have mentioned how much I don't like this product right here, which is so strange because I absolutely love this one. This is like the miniature one. This is the big one. You would think that this would work, but it doesn't, and I'm going to tell you why. So this is from Maybelline also, obviously. This is the Age Rewind Eraser Treatment Makeup. This has an SPF of 18. This also contains goji berry, which is infused in the concealer. The formula, in my opinion, is entirely different though. It's very streaky. It's hard to blend with this applicator on the actual face. This type of a sponge tip applicator works on the concealer beautifully. Like, it just sponges that product on perfectly, evenly. Just, it's so good for a concealer. But as a foundation, this just kind of ends up looking really streaky. And when you go to blend, you actually move the product around too much. And then if you were to use a beauty blender or a foundation brush, you're gonna get a lot of streaks as well. So it's not just this applicator that doesn't work. To me, it's the formula. It does not layer well. Really heavy in a dimethicone feel, which I think what they're trying to do is plump up those fine lines. It's age rewind. It's supposed to be a smoothing foundation, but because of the amount that is in this product to the touch, it moves around too much, which is really frustrating when you try to go in and blend and build any type of coverage of sorts. So I have to say this one is a big thumbs down. I don't like it. There are plenty of other foundations from Maybelline as a brand that I love. The Fit Me range, the oil-free, and the dewy. I prefer the oil-free a little more, the mattifying one. So good. They're around $7.50 a bottle, and those are fantastic. They sit beautifully on the skin. They're very easy to work with. Those are what I would recommend over this guy if you're looking at Maybelline foundations as a whole, because that's something for oily skin and dry skin. There you have it. This is from Neutrogena. This is the Healthy Skin Enhancer, which really kind of leans more on the tinted moisturizer side. It's marketed as a skin enhancer. It's not marketed as a foundation, but the price on this is pretty up there. I mean, it does say right on the bottle that it's a sheer tint, but I just expected more from this, and it really just feels like lotion. It's oil-free, which is kind of funny. It just kind of has a weird texture. It does come in a pump. That is nice. I will give it that. But do you see how it's just kind of, it's just like a weird texture, and it kind of has a greasy slip to it. Even though it is oil-free, it feels really oily. It has an SPF of 20, it has retinol, so maybe if you're using this just as a treatment and like you don't care about any coverage and you really don't care if the product leaves a little bit of a shine or a sheen on your skin, then maybe you would like it. But this is just like, I mean, do we see this on my finger? It's like, it's really, it's hard. Ugh, I hope you guys can see that. It's tough to blend, it's chunky, the texture is off. Neutrogena does have some beautiful foundations. If you're looking for an awesome foundation from Neutrogena, the Healthy Skin is a dupe for Nars' Sheer Glow, very similar texture. It's not overly glowy, it's not mattifying, it has a nice natural finish. It sits on the skin beautifully. There's nothing in there that's gonna aggravate the skin. It's very gentle. It's a beautiful liquid foundation. This one though is just a shame. I mean, gross. The next foundation that I absolutely don't like at all, that I once purchased several shades, and I talked about this on my channel. I actually donated it when I did a foundation graveyard. I really don't like this at all. I find that it is so heavy in consistency because it's whipped, but it's like really drying and just sits funny on the skin. This is from Rimmel. This is the Stay Matte Liquid Mousse Foundation. This is the shade Soft Beige. I repurchased this just so I could swatch it and show you guys, but I tried this out a couple of years ago and everybody was talking about it, and I just don't like this. I can't get on board with it. I think there are so many other mattifying foundations out there that do a much better job. Try the Fit Me from Maybelline. Try the Ready Set Glamour, Ready Set Go from CoverGirl. That one is awesome. This one I feel tries to be a little bit too gimmicky. The texture is very puffy and foamy. It's hard to even out, and it makes your skin look really exaggerated in any little dry patches that you have. So I just do not like this one at all. Rimmel has a long wearing foundation that is awesome. So don't think any one of these lines that I'm like, the whole line sucks. I am just sharing with you that every brand comes out with so many different foundations for oily skin, dry skin, long wearing. There's just so much out there, and I wanted to share with you guys what I don't think works. And this to me does not work. Now we're getting into the interesting stuff, because it's like I have to update you guys. I did a hot or not on this foundation. This is the 24-hour foundation Infallible Pro Glow. Now, there were some good things about it. There were some bad things about it. I prefer the Infallible Pro Matte. That one is a beautiful foundation. It is one of my holy grails from L'Oreal. This has a similar shaped bottle, an entirely different finish. It is very glow, hydrating, all of that. But the thing that I just have to share with you guys about this is I have 3 different girlfriends who wore this like continuously for a couple of months and started breaking out pretty crazy from it. So if you're prone to any type of acne, sensitivity, just like clogged pores in general, this might be something that you want to avoid. Now they have their True Match line that is great. That's like an iconic, beautiful foundation that I think is going to give you a little bit of a natural finish and is fine for dry skin. And they also have the True Match Lumi. I prefer that one so much. That's what I would recommend if you want something with a nice bit of a glow. This one, just there's something in here that aggravates skin, and for me, I can't use this even though I sway on the dry side. This makes me so shiny halfway throughout the day. I'm just like, I'm done. I can't. So those are my thoughts on the Infallible Pro Glow. Moving on back to the high school days of my makeup kit, if I were to share with you guys like what's in my makeup bag, like back when I was a teenager, you would for sure find an old school bottle of CoverGirl foundation. Now at the time I thought it was fantastic. Even the scent of this, like when I smell it, I'm like, oh my God. Reminds me of doing my makeup at 5:30 in the morning before jazz choir. Whew, it has that kind of like Noxzema type of a scent to it. There's a really distinct scent to CoverGirl original foundations. And I used to love this. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this again because this used to be like my go-to, and maybe I'll fall back in love with it. And the funny thing is, I don't think I realized when I was a teenager like how important it is to find a foundation that does not oxidize, because this one oxidizes like crazy. And every time I tried this out, there would be like a blend line of huge demarcation. Now CoverGirl does have some fabulous foundations. I did a hot or not a few years back on the Ready Set Gorgeous foundation, and that one is a beautiful foundation. I don't really reach for that one anymore because my skin transitioned and just like did its own thing and became more dry than oily. And you know, that one is awesome from CoverGirl. So again, I'm not saying CoverGirl is a bad brand. I am just saying I think that their newer launches of foundations are a much better quality, in my opinion, than the old classic. But I also understand that there's some people that just like what they like, and they like what they've been using for years and years and years. If you're one of those people, I would challenge you to try some of the newer formulations. Just really think, what do I want my skin to look like? Do I want it to be matte? Do I want to have a little bit of a glow? Is long wearing really important to me? Like really think of what your dream finish of your skin is. Like, do you want full coverage? Do you want light coverage? Know what you're looking for. That is the first step to finding your magic foundation. I feel like foundation tends to be this topic where we all want to find like our dream perfect skin. But I think in our heads, the dream perfect skin looks different to us all. Do you know what I mean? So take a minute and think about what you want out of your products before you go and shop for them. It's much less confusing. And I just would challenge you to think about like your dream wishes and then go to your favorite brand, and they probably have launched something that fits in with that. So that's all I'm gonna say about this clean skin makeup. It's just funny that this says clean skin. It's just, I don't think it's very good. Just my 2 cents. All right, so there you have it. Those are the worst foundations at the drugstore. Because you guys, I've tried so much makeup, not just throughout my almost 6 years on YouTube, but before even starting my channel, I have always been obsessed with makeup and trying products. So I feel like I have actually tried a lot. And these are the standouts that I remember through the years just not working out for me. And I thought I'd sit down and do a video like this for you. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did. You can share this video. That always helps me out. Leave a comment. And also in the description box below, if you missed Style Code Live last night, be sure to go and watch the episode. I share one of my new favorite hair obsessions because you guys, I'm on a mission to make sure that I do not damage my hair now that I have chopped so much of it off. All right, there you have it. I love you guys so much. Have an awesome weekend, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah.